Hi, I'm Scott Max, and welcome to the first lesson in the Master in Digital Marketing and Business at Max Business School. In this lesson, I'm just going to introduce you to the course and what Max Business School is all about. Now, first of all, the first question you'll have is the course actually completely free? And the answer to that is yes, it is absolutely free. All of the lessons are free, the student community is free, access to support and all of our tutors is free. Basically everything is free. Yes, even the certificates are free. We do not collect any payments whatsoever. And that has to do with our mission, which I'll talk about in a bit. But first, let me give you a super quick overview of the course content and what outcome you'll achieve by taking it. So, the course is built to turn you into a digital marketer capable of starting and running your own online business or getting the digital marketing job that you want. And you can have all of it for free. All you have to do is keep watching. You can achieve this goal by learning all the digital marketing fundamentals that I teach in this course. So in Module 0, we're going to cover the basics and set you up with the tools and knowledge to start learning. But don't worry, the course is made for beginners and explained practically and step by step. Module 1 will have you building your own real live website that anyone in the world can access and see. This will also be your course master's project, which is also the tool you use to practice all the other concepts we teach in a real life environment. Module 2 will cover SEO, basically how to rank on search engines to get traffic, customers, and income from people searching for stuff. And Module 3 will cover analytics, a fundamental part of measuring any success you have with your marketing online. Module 4 is all about email marketing, one of the oldest but still most effective marketing tools in your arsenal and something every single business in the world needs desperately. Module 5 is all about search ads, learning how to get customers by understanding keywords and making ads for them on Google. Module 6 covers organic social media and how to build a marketing strategy there. And Module 7 will be about paid ads anywhere else on the internet and how to optimize. This could be the most powerful skill to learn and master in the world. So with that super quick overview of what I can teach you for free, let's talk about our mission. So the goal of this school, or the reason why I built this, was to help those in need. Education, as you may agree, is the biggest lever to unlock human potential. In my opinion, it is the best way to ensure equality of opportunity for any human with a desire for a better life. And during COVID, I decided to sit down and create this course so that it would be possible to educate and empower as many people as possible for free so that you can access the digital economy and create freedom for yourself. This also serves a desperate market need for people around the world that don't necessarily have the funds to pay for an expensive university degree or a multi-$1,000 course at a physical business school. So, in summary, the reason this course is free is because of our mission, to work toward equality of opportunity. Now, our number one goal is to educate and empower as many people as possible for free. So with our goal being equality of opportunity, why should I be charging for a course? It would just make the opportunity less equal. So the question becomes, if it is possible to give education for free, why shouldn't I, right? One of the wonderful things about the internet is that it costs me nothing to show this course to the 170,000th person or the 180,000th person, etc. And therefore I have no need to charge for it to cover costs. Thus, I made it free and accessible for everyone. Now, this is a little bit cheesy and a little bit what goes around comes around-y, but learning digital marketing, getting jobs and clients with my skills, and then building multiple businesses has been wonderful for me in my own life. It's helped me achieve the dream life I've wanted since I was a kid. A life of freedom, freedom from a boss, freedom of location, freedom to work on stuff I love and with whomever I like. So then I sat down to create this course to help you and anyone else with the desire to learn, achieve dreams of their own in the best way I know how, and then totally for free. Now, wherever your starting point, I built this course with two specific targets for you. Target number one that I aim for is to inspire new entrepreneurs and give you the skills to create new businesses online for yourself. This business can then help support and achieve whatever dream you may have. It could be simply to make a few $1,000s a month and travel the world and be free. It could be getting a message out there to millions of people to spread something you care about. Or it could be the foundation of a massive business you build to transform the world in your own small way, or even eventually in a very big way. Secondly, another target of mine is for those of you that do not want to become full-time entrepreneurs or would like some stepping stones on the way there. You will want to find a job or to freelance for a few clients to create a stable income for yourself and your loved ones, and to do this quickly. For this, the skills taught in the course will work perfectly for you to get the dream job in whatever industry you're passionate about. The beautiful thing about the stuff I teach in this course is that it is very applicable to every business in the world. If we think about it, digital marketing is all about getting customers online, and every business wants customers. And basically everyone is online. So you do the math. Every single business in the world is always open to a skilled digital marketer who can solve their main problem, getting customers, and is likely willing to pay a very solid salary if you can help solve that problem. Plus, as a bonus, since all you do is online, a lot of these jobs allow for total freedom of travel. So you can see the world and solve a problem for a business that you care about and live a great life doing so. Anyway, the course is taught with those two target outcomes in mind, which is why I teach these skills in a very practical manner, so you can actually achieve those targets. Now that brings me to part 2 of our mission, exactly this, practical education. Now, a similar master's program will cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $80,000. For example, if you go to a physical university in the US, you might pay upwards of $80,000 for something very similar to this course. Or online, you might go and find courses between $1,000 to $3,000, or even physical business schools that have courses in person for all sorts of multi-thousand-dollar prices. And a lot of students go into debt for this. This, I think, is bullshit. I do not need to charge you for this course. And of course, part 1 of our mission is equality of opportunity. Education should be free. And worst of all, these courses, even though they're so expensive, they're totally theoretical and not practical. Now, this is a huge problem because these courses leave you with some theoretical knowledge and you will be able to pass a test, but you won't actually go into the real world with tangible skills. You'll only have a certificate and some tests done. You'll get to the real world and realize that you don't actually know what you're doing because the courses don't let you practice. So think back to your school years. How many things that you learned in school do you apply now? You listen to stuff, you memorize the stuff for a test, and even just days later, you forget all that stuff. I don't want that for you. I want you to end this course with real skills to achieve one of the targets. So, I'll teach everything in a very, very practical method. And in the world of digital marketing, that means having you build your own real website. In day 1, we'll have you building your own website, and every other skill and concept will be taught extremely practically using that same website that you own. Therefore, in summary, we provide everything for free to anyone who wants it, and we teach everything 100% practically. Of course, we support that practical knowledge with theory to make sure you understand each concept well. So to recap, and to answer the question you had in the beginning, why is the Master in Digital Marketing and Business free? Part 1, equality of opportunity. We want to impact as many lives as possible, so if it's free, more people can take the course. Simple as that. And part 2, practical education. We want our graduates to actually know what they're doing when they go out in the real world. Simple as that. Now, how did I develop this mission? First of all, it's to create exactly what I needed when I started. More than 10 years ago now, when I was trying to learn how to start an online business, there wasn't something out there like this. There were, of course, paid courses online, but they were all a bit crap. They were too narrow, too theoretical, and too focused on one specific way of making money. All of which, by the way, didn't work well for me. Then, of course, I studied at a physical university, but that was even more useless. What worked for me was self-teaching. There were some free videos on the internet, but the thing is they're not built linearly as a course. There's a little video on a topic here and a little video on another topic there, etc., etc. So then I had to learn by exploring. So I stitched my knowledge together myself over years and years of learning through tons of books and a lot of videos and my own work life as a digital marketer. Which in hindsight was not ideal, and it took me much longer to learn digital marketing than it will take you. Because you have access to just take this course and you'll have your fundamentals covered, and then you can go from there. I didn't have that course to give me the fundamentals, and I couldn't find one that's out there for free, so I made one. Now, the reason why I made it as an entire in-depth course and put it for free is to build an A to Z solution to counteract the problem of incomplete social media content. By consuming content on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, etc., that's all free, of course. However, the problem is that that content is built to gain reach or to serve the algorithm of each platform. That does you a disservice because it gives you much more dopamine-driven, short-form education and not a proper course. So you never really learn anything with any depth. So the goal here is to build an A to Z solution so that you really end up with solid fundamentals and actually go click by click to do things for real and in depth so that you actually learn the skills. So now I want to introduce you to our community and how certificates work. Now, our wonderful community of over 170,000 students by now from all over the world come together to learn digital marketing together and to help each other on our journey of learning and in our careers afterwards. We all came together just as you have now for this free course and to build skills for a better life. So please, as you watch this video, I welcome you into our community. Please feel free to make a post to welcome yourself and eventually engage with others, help others, ask questions, etc. so we all learn together. Second, we have our mutual goal setting post every Monday. It's called our Monday motivation post, and I will show you an example in a second, where we set our goals together and we complete our goals together. This will help you stay on track, and I made this so it is easy to form the habit of setting and achieving goals week by week and to have the accountability of doing so in public with the rest of our community. And this is the habit that you can take with you further after graduation, as many former students have. Now, graduates are issued their free certificates in the community, as I'll show you in a second, and then can help other students who are currently taking the course with their questions. And then finally, you've got multiple tutors that help you along the way. So when you join, you'll get messaged by one of our tutors when you come into our platform, and you can ask him if you have any questions about the course, especially about setting up your website hosting at the very beginning. It might be a little bit confusing, but we are here to help. And all of this is for free, even those certificates. The only thing that you need to do to be awarded the certificate is to actually do the work and submit the assignments, which is of course totally optional. A lot of students just take the course for themselves without needing the certificate. The assignments are evidence that you're actually doing the course, but we'll go into this a little bit later. Alright, here I'll give you a quick sneak peek into our community. This is our goal post. I just mentioned where we set our goals, so basically every Monday you're going to see a post like this where we progress together. The instructions to participate are here. Here, in the Classroom tab, is where you'll find all the course content. And here, where it says Graduates, is where you can see and talk to our recent graduates. Secondly, we've got a huge amount of students here asking questions and getting answers. And here's a top tip. You can just search the question you have in our search bar at the top, and there's likely already an answer for you somewhere in our history. Now, all you have to do to get here into our community, if you're watching this video anywhere outside our platform, you can just click the link below this video, or just click the link in the email I sent you when you signed up for the course, and then from there, you'll see the community and the full course material. All right, next up, if you're still here, you might be asking, is this course even for me? So basically, it's open to anyone. That's kind of the point. Anyone with the desire to learn may participate in the course. You can have it, you can use it however you like, you can watch part of it, you can watch all of it, you can use it, you can share it with your friends, show it to your family, etc. The goal for me is to help as many people as possible, and therefore anyone is allowed to do it and take the course. It doesn't matter where or who you are. So we accept all nations. Everyone in the world may take the course. And you can take the course whenever you like. There's no time limit. The course will always be free and you've already been accepted. There's no rush. However, I urge you to take this fantastic course opportunity urgently to better your life. It's never good to procrastinate the occasional incredible opportunities that pass us by every once in a while. And I really hope you feel the same. Now on to the only requirements for this course. Number one is the internet. Obviously, we're talking about digital marketing here. This has everything to do with getting customers on the internet and marketing businesses on the internet. So you need the internet, obviously. Number two, you'll need a computer. Okay, this is a common question. You cannot learn digital marketing just on a mobile phone. You need a computer because that is a fundamental tool to build websites, to make ads, to run ads, send emails, etc. You can't just do it on a mobile phone. So I'm sorry for those of you that don't have a computer yet. You will need access to a computer, full stop. And thirdly, and I'll explain this more a little bit later, but you will need a hosting account and a domain. So with these three things, you have everything you need to learn digital marketing, to build a huge business, to get any digital marketing job in the world, a lot of which provide excellent freedom. And I've worked hard to make it so that you only need the absolute fundamental tools. And as I said, the course is for anyone. All right, so what is the academic program and how does the course work? So at Max Business School, there are no tests and no exams. I already mentioned, we focus on practical education with assignments, which means we show a concept practically where I'm showing you how to do something and then you would do it with me. You do it on your own computer as I'm teaching it. So that way you get a feel for the concept and you get a practical use case. You follow along click by click with the concept of the lesson and then have a tangible result at the end of that lesson. We learn through real life practice. The course is designed that we do something and then we explain how and why you did it. And that way you learn practically. And we found it is a much more effective way of teaching complex concepts in an easy to understand way, especially in digital marketing. We don't just teach theory and expect you to watch along and then all of a sudden be an expert. We have assignments to prove that you're actually doing the thing and actually have the skill. So you have to actually go through and build that website, to make that ad, to create that email, etc., etc. And then those will be the assignments that we collect as proof of your skills so that we give you the certificates. So therefore, our certificates mean that our graduates actually know what they're doing and prove it by building that website that they can show to anyone in the world, whether it is a potential employer or perhaps a future customer of their very own business. And that's why we do not teach just the theory. I just found the best way to teach was practically, and that way I created much more successful students. So the core part of this teaching idea is that you will have your own master's project. This is the core project with which you will learn the entirety of digital marketing. Now this master's project will be your website that you will own forever. It can be your personal brand website, or it could be a website for any business you run or want to start, or any project you want to bring more attention to. We'll go into that a little bit later, but having a real live website is the ultimate tool for you to learn digital marketing. And this is why, to have that website, you need your own real hosting account and a domain. We'll explain all of this in a second. Now, that personal brand website can be a business in itself, like it is for me, but it is also the best tool to get a job as it is real-life proof of your skill set. It gives a very professional vibe if you have a decent personal website and a professional email, for example. It is proof that you actually know your stuff. Alternatively, for you entrepreneurs out there, a website is the foundation of basically every online business, and we'll go into that later as well. We'll show hundreds of case studies of businesses making thousands to millions of dollars a month just with a simple website. We'll show you how to actually make money online by showing you examples of how hundreds of businesses make their money and teach you those concepts by reverse engineering. And every single one of these businesses start with a website, just like you. So right on day one, so basically in a few hours, you will have your very own website. A real website that you own yourself, which no one can take away from you. But don't worry if you have no idea what to make a website about. That's absolutely no problem. We'll cover that before we actually start our websites. So back to our methodology. As mentioned, it's practical and assignment based. And any theory that we explained is always supported by practical assignments and actual practice that you do on your real website that you own yourself. It's all thought out to be built for beginners because I've been there myself. Everything is made to be very simple and easy to understand, using tools that make sense and are logical, as well as free or as cheap as I can make them. You do not need any prior knowledge, and it does not matter which prior education you have and what academic level you're at. You just need the desire to learn. I aim to properly teach all the fundamentals to beginners. But if you have a little bit more experience, this is also going to be a very valuable course for you. And obviously, there is no technical knowledge required. Now, I teach this way because I've been there myself. I've been in many courses and in many tutorials where I felt totally lost because they require previous knowledge or they skip ahead too quickly. And it's not a practical method with a real website like what we do here. So to recap, we teach you all the fundamentals in our different courses which all serve our two targets for you. So to help achieve these targets, we've built out our certificate and assignment system. These are totally optional, but of course recommended. You will receive a certificate, which I obviously mentioned is free, if you finish and submit all practical assignments throughout the course. Now, as I mentioned, there's no academic tests or exams, but you do have practical assignments. So during the course, some things where you actually need to do something, you need to prove that you did it by submitting screenshots or documents. As I said, this is entirely optional, and only if you want the certification. And of course, later in the course, I'll explain how to actually submit the assignments. But I recommend it because it does prove also to yourself that you actually know what you're doing, plus it's all free anyways. And as a bonus, graduates get invited to our Max Careers platform, where they get fed interesting remote digital marketing jobs from companies all around the world looking for people with exactly the right skills that are taught in this course. Now let's get back to our community real quick and filter for the graduates here. You can see hundreds of people have graduated our course recently, and you could soon be one of them in a matter of weeks. You are more than welcome to go in here yourself, message the graduate, see how they like the course, and perhaps find inspiration. I personally look forward to seeing you join our graduate community. Okay, moving on. So at this stage, we need to cover what you need to get started. I mentioned this briefly earlier in the video, but now I'll explain fully. Step 1. A computer and access to the internet, which we've already explained at length and should be fairly obvious. Step 2, as I already mentioned, you will absolutely need your own hosting account and your own domain name. But first, let's properly understand what I'm talking about. So a domain name is basically the address of your website. So for example, Amazon.com is the domain name that Amazon the company owns. ScottMax.com is my domain name, which I own, which means that no one else can publish something under ScottMax.com. It is a sort of address where you can find all of my content. Users can access my content and website through my web address, and it also means that I can make emails that are branded as ScottMax.com. All of these aspects build trust and consistency with people, as well as all sorts of security systems online. Everything you do in online marketing starts or ends with your web address. So this is why it is absolutely fundamental to have your own domain name, which effectively means your own online brand ending in .com, or it could be any other ending like .net or .org or any local one like .es, .en, .de. This means that you are the only owner of that web address. And we will go much more in depth into domains and what they mean a little bit later in the course. As for hosting, the other fundamental necessity, basically a hosting account is a place where you host that domain name and you host all the files of your website that you build. So when someone accesses the internet and goes to your website, what actually happens is that they find the web address of one of your pages on your website. Then your hosting account gives them the content that they have stored immediately through the internet, which means that every single thing on the internet you have ever seen is stored somewhere in the world in a hosting account somewhere so that you could access it through your web browser. And that is how the internet works. Basically, every website is hosted somewhere and every website belongs to some sort of domain name. And therefore, it is absolutely fundamental that you have these two things so that you can have your own website with your own domain name. The hosting account is simply a server that you rent, which hosts the files, the website, and the domain name that you choose. This is absolutely fundamental. So, a hosting account and a domain name are absolutely required for this course and also for learning digital marketing at all. Without your hosting account and a domain name, you will not be able to learn web design for real because you won't have an actual real website. You won't be able to learn SEO because Google won't pick up your website if it's not there. You won't be able to write proper emails because you won't have the correct domain. You won't be able to run paid ads properly without seeing the real results on your own real website. It's just not possible. And therefore, it is absolutely fundamental to learning digital marketing. But here's some very good news. You'll be wondering, okay, now I need a hosting account. Now, as I mentioned, the hosting account and the domain name are absolutely required. Now, the problem is a hosting account and a domain name cost a little bit of money. But you might say, but I thought the course was free. Yes, the course is free. The certificates are free and everything we teach apart from this is free. However, you need a hosting account and a domain to learn digital marketing. There is no way around it. However, I have some very, very, very good news for you. At Max Business School, due to the volume of students we have and the mission that we're on, we have a unique discount for our students to get started in their digital marketing journey. Usually, the hosting you would need costs hundreds of dollars, but we have incredible discounts on hosting because we've convinced hosting companies to join on our mission of equality of opportunity and practical education. We have an all-in-one beginner-friendly package at an insane price for you, but we'll get to that later. So it's part of our business model that you must use our recommended hosting partner to finish the course. Now we have exclusive agreements with these hosting partners to get you the absolute best deal possible on your hosting. And therefore I help you get the cheapest possible start in digital marketing. The course is free because we're able to give you this deal with our hosting partners. And that is why I ask only one favor from you, that when you learn digital marketing, you learn it with the hosting partner I recommend and the deal for the hosting that I send you. It is the best deal for exactly what you need out there anyways. And I thank you in advance. You'd be supporting me on my mission. Now, if you have doubts, do I really need a hosting account and do I really need a domain name? Simply, as I said, it is the fundamental tool to learn digital marketing. For example, you cannot learn how to draw without a pencil and paper. How are you going to learn how to draw? You can't learn how to draw theoretically. You need to actually take a pencil or a pen and take some paper and really draw. And the hosting account and domain is basically the pencil and paper of the digital world. Or you can't learn how to cook without ingredients and actually doing the cooking. It is the same concept. So you must understand it is the absolute fundamental tool to learn digital marketing. You simply cannot learn digital marketing without a hosting account and domain, and therefore it's so important. And that is why I've worked so hard over these years to get the best possible deal for you. And also it is why and how I am able to teach for free. But don't worry, we're going to go through how to actually get that hosting account and domain, especially with our amazing discount step by step, very, very soon in this module. It will be in the next videos. So now that we've introduced Max Business School and our free Masters in Digital Marketing and Business, in the next video, we'll talk about what the fundamentals of digital marketing are and how to actually learn them. See you there.